Imagine if the heart of Russia's defenses, once thought untouchable, is crumbling under unseen strikes, crushing symbols of power into dust. In mere days, Ukraine has shattered 3 S-400 systems and 1 MiG-31 jet, unraveling a web of aerial dominance. Could this be the end of an invulnerable myth? Whispers of smoke and sizzling metal linger from Crimea's Belbek Air Base on December 18, where plumes of fire devoured Kremlin's illusions. Intelligence from the Security Service of Ukraine reveals the assault pierced Russia's sight and grip on the peninsula. A chilling detail emerges: 2 Nabo SVA radars, gargantuan Vyetchev band complexes valued at $100 million each, were obliterated. Their boast? Hunting ghost planes through stealth. Yet, Ukrainian drones silenced these electronic titans, plunging Crimean skies into blind chaos. Destruction deepened. The kinetic phase claimed the 92M6 DEC GRAV Stone Fire Control Radar, the S-400's pulsing intellect. Without it, batteries become costly hollow shells, incapable of locking prey or tracing foes. Export price? $60 million. Crimea's defenses now moan audibly, exposed, their layered shields pierced like paper. Damaged, the MiG-31, primed on the tarmac with Kinzhal hypersonic missiles worth over $50 million, barred Russian retaliation. Would you launch anew into drone storms, risking bleed? Ukrainian traps ensnared this rare beast, halting counterblows in a haze of fear. Ukraine's blows tally over $200 million in Crimean carnage, but the horror spreads north. Cameras capture Belgorod's double S-400 explosions, guarding near Ravka village. Flames devour launchers and munitions, proving border protections evaporate like mist. How far extends this terror? From reclaimed Crimea dreams to exposed Belgorod outposts. Ukraine races forward. What unseen force mocks Putin's might? Even a Panzer S-2, 19 million strong, perished amid Belbek's roar, air doctrine shattered in screams. Air shields fall, now seas tremble. December 18 witnessed a tanker sink in Novorossiysk tides. Valery Gorchakov engulfed near the oil terminal. Drone dive, hull pierced, fuel veins draining Russia's marrow. Barriers encircled a wreck, no saviors in sight. Stern submerged, a grotesque monument. Why does chaos reign in claimed safes? Psychological wounds fester. Pilots at Belbek watched betrayed trusts, S-400 silent as tombs. Ports morph into death zones, fear breeds disobedience. When safety vanishes, armies die. Soldiers' eyes wide, trembling at base shadows. Is this Putin's ruin? Ukraine's gambit traps Russia, shield fronts or capitals? S-500s deploy. Prometheus strikes spacebound targets. Range roars, 400 to 600 kilometers. Yet, can it stem the flood? One regiment activated, but echoes of prior losses haunt. Is innovation too late in this aerial slaughter? The Kremlin's dilemma sharpens, exposed flanks bleeding. Each strike peels the veil thinner, revealing an empire undone. Will Russia reclaim skies, or drown in deployed debacles? Breathe deep, the twists deepen. Who foresaw drones dismantling giants? This spiral hurls toward unforeseen calamity, as Ukraine tightens, Russia's fortress fractures unseen. In recent days, it has become painfully clear that Russia's once unshakable defenses are crumbling. The strikes on Crimea and Belgorod have shattered illusions of invincibility. How could Ukraine, a nation with limited resources, so effectively dismantle Russia's most advanced military systems? The answers lie in a series of precise, devastating attacks that have turned the tide of the conflict and left Russia reeling. The chaos began with striking precision on the Crimean Peninsula, long considered Russia's secure stronghold. Russian air defenses, once thought impenetrable, were suddenly vulnerable. 2 of the nation's prized radars, each valued at around $100 million, vanished in a flash. These weren't ordinary radars, they were massive VHF band complexes, designed specifically to detect stealth aircraft. Think of them as the ghost hunters Russia claimed to have, yet they fell silent, destroyed by Ukrainian UAVs equipped with cutting-edge technology. the destruction didn't stop there. The operation targeted the very heart of Russia's air defense system, the 92N6 Gravestone fire control radar, the brain of the S-400 Triumph. Without it, the system is nothing more than a heap of trucks, useless and blind. Its destruction, estimated to be worth around $60 million, effectively turned the S-400 batteries into expensive paperweights. Suddenly, Russia's ability to defend Crimea was flawed, its defenses crippled. But the losses weren't confined to radar. An even more alarming blow struck Russia's lone MiG-31 fighter jet, loaded with hypersonic Kinshaw missiles. This aircraft, worth over $50 million, was caught on the runway and destroyed by Ukrainian drones. Its loss was a strategic disaster. With the MiG-31 gone, Russia lost its best platform for retaliating with deadly hypersonic strikes. It was a crippling blow to their military balance. The cost to Russia so far exceeds $200 million, and these attacks aren't just strikes, they're signals. Signals of vulnerability, weakness, and vulnerability on a scale never seen before. But what about the attack that shattered the illusion of security even more dramatically? That's where Belgorod enters the story, and the real shock begins. Because extending the map north into Russia's interior, the scope of this operation grows even darker. How did Ukrainian UAVs manage to target and destroy two S-400 launchers simultaneously in Belgorod? This region was supposed to be well within Russia's protective umbrella. Yet, the offensive penetrated deeply, exposing terrifying gaps in Russian defenses. Key missile launchers and their ammunition were reduced to blazing wreckage, confirming that even Russia's most trusted defenses are no longer reliable. This assault sent a clear message: Russia's air superiority is a fragile illusion. The range of Ukraine's UAVs now reaches well into Russia's heartland. It's as if the entire landscape has become a battlefield, where secrets once kept safe are now exposed, where security is rapidly eroding. The question looms: how much longer can Russia hide behind its illusions of strength? And what will happen if this relentless campaign continues? The stakes have never been higher. What's next could forever alter the balance of power. Recent waves of attacks do not stop at Crimea. The most shocking revelations lie ahead. Imagine this: two of Russia's most advanced air defense systems, the S-400s, struck simultaneously deep inside Russian territory. Extend the map northward, into Belgorod. The reality becomes chilling. Sources confirm that the 568th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment near Ryevka was wiped out by Ukrainian unmanned aircraft. Two S-400 launchers, entrusted with guarding Russia's borders, were decimated. Video footage captures the terrifying instant, massive flames consuming the systems as their own ammunition detonates. The sight is deafening, crackling explosions, shrouded in dark smoke. With these systems destroyed, Russia's claim of air dominance near Ukraine crumbles into dust. Ukraine's tactic? Systematic and relentless. From Crimea to Belgorod, they hunt down Russia's most costly and trusted defenses with chilling precision. The myth of invincibility is cracking. Even the formidable S-2, a system worth nearly $19 million, failed to shield itself during these attacks. It was consumed along with its target. All evidence points to one grim truth: Russia's layered air security has collapsed in practice. But the chaos doesn't end in the sky. What happens when air defense fails entirely? Ports become vulnerable. Ships exposed. One of the most alarming events on December 18 was the sinking of the Russian tanker Valery Gorchakov. Ukrainian drones penetrated the heart of Russian fuel logistics, attacked near the Novostocktonsk oil terminal. The tanker, traveling through open waters, was struck. Photographs show the ship taking on water quickly, fully surrounded by barriers. The vessel sank significantly, the steel hull torn apart by an unmanned aerial vehicle. Rescue efforts? Non-existent. The scene is eerily silent: no attempts to recover, no effort to save the sinking ship. This collapse of security threatens the entire energy supply chain. Fuel ships, vital to sustain Russian reserves, now lie at the bottom of the river. The attack marked a pivotal moment, an unspoken message to Moscow: your defenses are fragile. Every system targeted, every vessel sunk, pushes Russia closer to chaos. The question looms: how much longer can they withstand this relentless assault? And what does this mean for the war's future? The answers hang in the air, silent, yet thunderously loud. The Valkyrie Gorchakov, a Russian tanker, was struck in Rostov-on-Don and began to sink rapidly. The ship, partially flooded and surrounded by barriers, showed no signs of rescue efforts. At the moment of attack, it was stationed near the Novostochtonsk oil refinery complex. Suddenly, a drone strike hit the vessel, causing severe damage. Photographs obtained after the incident reveal the moment the unmanned aerial vehicle struck, and the ship quickly took on water. The damage was catastrophic. The tanker's hull began to tear apart, sinking deeper as the water flooded in. Earlier, Ukrainian forces had targeted this very area on December 15. But this time, the attack was more precise. The drones directly hit the refinery and the tanker itself. Explosions echoed across the port, and within hours, the Gorchakov was listing heavily. By morning, the stern was almost submerged, leaving only the superstructure visible above the dark, oily waters. No rescue attempts or wreck removal efforts could be seen. The ship was simply cordoned off with barriers, as if shielding it from the chaos. What does this mean for Russia? The ship was carrying vital fuel, a lifeline for the military. Its destruction disrupts the entire logistical chain. Fuel meant for tanks, aircraft, and personnel is now pouring into the sea. Think about it: within your own waters, where you believed your defenses were strongest, vessels are sinking, and the air defense systems meant to protect them are failing with their own ammunition. This chaos raises a terrifying question: can Putin and his regime protect their most critical resources? Are S-400s, fighter jets, and fuel supplies truly safe from relentless drone attacks? Systematically, Ukraine's strategy is forcing Russia into an impossible dilemma. Will they abandon their front lines, pulling back defenses, or sacrifice their key assets in the heart of their territory? The ripple effect is horrifying. This isn't just about losing military hardware. Trust is evaporating. Russian pilots and sailors, once confident in their defenses, now see their systems falter. Those at Belbek Air Base witnessed their most trusted systems, the S-400s and Pantsir, fail to protect them. Even port shelters are no longer safe, turning once guarded bases into deadly traps. This psychological collapse is contagious. Insecurity spreads like wildfire. When a military loses its sense of safety, morale plummets. Weapons and missiles become secondary. What truly matters is the confidence to defend or retreat. Might Russia's entire army crumble, not from lack of firepower, but from the erosion of faith in its safety? Now, we face a brutal reality. Each successful Ukrainian strike weakens Russia's grip further. Their defenses disintegrate, their supplies are compromised, and the country's sense of invulnerability shatters. The question remains: can Putin's leadership hold the line? Or is total chaos inevitable as Ukraine's drone armies continue to hunt down their most protected targets, forcing Russia into an impossible corner? The ongoing chaos on the Russian front reveals a crisis far worse than anyone imagined. Can Putin truly safeguard his vital military resources? Are the S-400s, fighter jets, oil tankers, and fuel supplies safe from Ukrainian drones? It's a question that haunts Moscow's leadership. Ukraine's relentless tactics are forcing Russia into an impossible choice: abandon frontline defenses or risk leaving iconic cities like Moscow and Rostov vulnerable. Each failed attack tightens the noose around Russia's throat, exposing the fragile illusion of security. Now, a new hope rises on the horizon: the deployment of Russia's first S-500 regiment. Operated by the Russian Space Forces, this advanced system promises to redefine the battlefield. Designed to strike targets in near space, it can engage fifth-generation aircraft, low-orbit satellites, ballistic missiles, and cruise weapons. Defense officials claim this is Russia's ultimate shield, capable of protecting critical strategic assets. Yet, technical details remain shrouded in secrecy. Can this new system truly turn the tide? Or is it just another illusion in a crumbling fortress? Since the S-500's initial development in 2010, Russia has hurried to fill the gaps between tactical and strategic missile defense. Early deployments of the S-400 began in 2007, but the S-500 is meant to surpass that, providing cover at unimaginable altitudes and ranges. Reports suggest it's already protecting vital infrastructure, like the key bridge connecting mainland Russia to Crimea. But the real question lingers: can these colossal shields withstand the cunning and relentless strikes of Ukrainian drones? Or will they fall, piece by piece, revealing an even darker reality? The battlefield's fate hangs in the balance, with the world watching silently. In previous episodes, we've uncovered how Ukrainian drones have shattered Russia's air defenses, crippling S-400 systems in Crimea and Belgorod, sinking tankers, and igniting panic in the Kremlin. Now, as fires rage and loathing builds, let's plunge deeper into Russia's desperate gambit with the S-500. Does it signal salvation or surrender? Imagine the acrid stench of burning metal mingling with the roar of distant explosions. Can Russia's S-500 Prometheus truly shield Crimea from the drones that humiliated the S-400? As Russia's state media hails it, this system bridges tactical defenses and strategic shields, enhancing the S-400 and beyond. But whispers of vulnerability echo louder than a thunderclap. Will it fend off the invisible foes rattling Putin's throne? Short sentences. Pauses. S-500 fills the void between battlefield needs and cosmic threats. It allies with the S-400 triad. Loaded with either 40-80 N6M long-range surface-to-air missiles, or 277 N6 interceptors, housed in launch boxes on nimble movers. The 40 N6M stretches up to 400 kilometers, while 77 N6 variants soar to 600. Its radar weave? A tapestry of long-range seekers, fused with pinpoint trackers, blasting quick dominance against swift, lofty dangers. 4 radar beasts per battery guard it fiercely. The 91 N6 S-band grabber. The 96 L6T SPC band striker. The 70-6 T6 multi-mode duelist. And the 77 T6 anti-ballistic brawler. This radar web spots ballistic foes and aerial ghosts at 2,800 kilometers. Yet, shadows loom. What if these Titan eyes falter, like the S-400 in Crimea and Belgorod, turned into smoking scrap heaps by mere drones? Can Crimea, with its vital Kerch Bridge lifeline, transform into an unbreachable citadel under S-500's watch? Unlikely, screams the evidence of systemic collapse. Minds race: will offense outpace defense? Russia whispers vows to erupt from reaction to aggression. Picture this: two 22M3 bombers encroaching over the Black Sea, flanked by Su-35S and Su-27 jets, their engines a menacing drone. But punch here? Provoke strikes? Kiev, armed with EF-F-16 Predators and Mirage allies, looms as a waking nightmare for Russian skies. Those fighters, relics of Ukraine's bold pushes, could reveal Russia's jet supremacy as fragile as glass underfoot. Feel the tension mount. As air shields crumble, what horrors lie at sea? Russia sinks deeper, into a maze of exposed ports and humiliated bravado. Is this the end of the Kremlin's pride, or just another cruel twist before the storm? The air reeks of failure. Fighters tremble. Heart-pounding thrills await if Ukraine's fleet soars higher. Short breaths. Unyielding rhythm. Embark on the peril of Russian retaliation plans. Can their bomber dances lure disaster? Will EF-F-16s and Mirages humiliate them? Listen to echoes of past pressures, when Ukraine's air force forced Russia to cower. Emotions surge like a tidal wave. Unexpected betrayal simmers. Yet, defiance flickers in the Kremlin. But beneath it, crumbles morale. Pilots feel hunted. Stars whisper defeat. Can Putin stitch this torn veil? Or is every drone strike a stitch unraveling war's fate? Ponder the terror, as Ukraine's horizon darkens further. What ghastly secret unfolds next, in the skies above the conflict? The hum of engines fades into haunting silence. Recent events reveal that Russian air defenses near the Ukrainian border are crumbling, especially around Belgorod. Imagine a region once protected by some of the world's most advanced systems, now under relentless attack. Ukrainian drones, equipped with cutting-edge technology, have taken down two of Russia's top air defense units, the S-400s, in a single day. Shockingly, the same day saw the destruction of a major aircraft, the MiG-31. This isn't just a minor setback, it's a strategic nightmare. But before diving into Belgorod, let's turn our gaze southward to Crimea, where chaos reigns. The idyllic beaches and scenic vistas mask a brutal battlefield. Ukraine has launched a daring assault, decimating the once mighty S-400 systems, armored guardians of the peninsula. Massive radars, designed to detect stealth aircraft, have been destroyed, radars costing over $100 million each, rendering Crimea's defenses blind. The destruction of these radar complexes, including the pivotal 92N6 gravestone, has left Russia's airspace vulnerable. Simple trucks now stand guard without purpose, as the loss of the radars turns the entire region into a target. The Russian fighter jet, the MiG-31, loaded with hypersonic Kinshaw missiles, was caught on the runway, an expensive Sentinel dismantled in seconds. This loss has crippled Russia's ability to retaliate effectively. Over $200 million gone in a matter of hours. The Ukrainian strikes aren't just hits, they're a narrative of overwhelming precision and undeniable victory. As if Crimea's fall wasn't enough, the attack extends deeper into Russia itself. In Belgorod, near the border, Ukrainian UAVs struck yet again, destroying two S-400 batteries and their launchers. Smoke billows from the explosion, illuminating the night sky with fiery chaos. Footage confirms the massive blasts, ammunition detonations that send shockwaves through Russian defenses. It's a devastating blow that exposes Russia's supposed air dominance as an illusion. From the remnants of these defenses, a stark reality emerges: Russia's layers of protection are failing. Their most sophisticated systems, once seen as unbeatable, are being hunted down systematically. The S-400 and even the newer S-2, costing nearly $19 million, have been disabled or destroyed, exposing vulnerabilities across the entire front line. Ukraine's strategy is clear: sooner or later, they will hunt everything down. But the chaos doesn't stop in the sky. It spreads to the sea, where Russian logistics are hemorrhaging. A Russian tanker, the Valery Gorchakov, was hit and sank near Rostov, in the key port of Novostochtinsk. The ship, filled with vital fuel for the military, was struck by a drone, its hull breached, and the vessel was abandoned to sink. Photos reveal a sinking behemoth, its structure submerged beneath the waves, undiscovered and unrescued. This attack isn't just about a cargo ship, it's a crippling blow to Russia's fuel supply chain. The sight of the ship, almost completely underwater, is a haunting reminder of Ukraine's reach. Ports like Rostov are no longer safe havens, they are exposed, vulnerable to the same drone tactics that have devastated Crimea. The question then echoes loudly: how much longer can Russia cling to the illusion of security? This cascade of failures, ground, air, sea, erodes Russia's confidence at every turn. Soldiers stationed at Belbek, once confident in their defenses, now realize their most trusted systems have failed them. The very weapons meant to protect, radars, interceptors, are turning into ash and wreckage. A psychological nightmare unfolds, morale plummets, discipline erodes, and the sense of invincibility crumbles. In the midst of this chaos, Russia eyes a desperate solution. They announce that their newly deployed S-500 system, designed to counter fifth-generation threats, has entered combat duty. This system promises to strike targets at unprecedented ranges, even in near space, with radars that can detect satellites and ballistic missiles. But can it turn back the tide? Or is it merely a desperate gamble in a losing game? The promises are grand, yet the battlefield verges on chaos, an unpredictable theater where old defenses fall, and new ones may yet falter. With each failed system and destroyed asset, Ukraine's message is clear: the era of invincibility is over. The entire landscape of the conflict, sky, land, sea, is shifting rapidly. The question remains, will Russia's new defenses save them, or will they become just another casualty in this relentless battlefield? The stakes couldn't be higher, destinies are hanging by a thread. Is Russia's dream of dominating the skies turning into a nightmare of shattered defenses and sinking hopes? Imagine the roar of explosions, the acrid smoke choking the air, and Putin's elite systems crumbling under Ukrainian strikes. From Crimea's blazing airbases to Belgorod's fiery border breaches and beyond to naval carnage, this is a tale of transformation where defense giants fall, fuel lines bleed, and the specter of the advanced S-500 looms. Yet, amidst this chaos, Ukraine's innovative tools emerge, promising a future where modern wings tilt the battlefield forever. Did you know Russia's mighty air guardians are being picked apart like toys, with S-400s exploding and MiGs crippled in one devastating day? Feel the ground tremble under your feet as twin launches in Belgorod erupt in deafening blasts, missiles igniting themselves in a fiery self-destruction that humiliates the Kremlin's best. It's a humiliation so profound, it questions everything we know about modern warfare. Can Ukraine's drones really hunt Russia's invincibility into oblivion, leaving borders naked and ships vulnerable? The conflict rages on, forcing a dark dilemma: defend the front or sacrifice the heart? Building on shattered myths of Russian invincibility, where Crimea burns and Belgorod's defenses erupt in flames, the story pivots to an unexpected lifeline. As air supremacy crumbles, a new force takes wing, not a fighter jet, but a silent savior delivering hope to trembling frontline troops. Manufactured in a UK factory, these aircraft are already ferrying critical supplies across Ukraine's ravaged front. With more drone deliveries planned in the weeks ahead. Ukrainian forces have deployed this game-changer since 2023, but how does it upend the balance? Imagine the quiet hum of propellers slicing through fog, a beacon of resilience against the stench of defeat. Why does this ultra-system threaten to dwarf Kremlin spins, turning insignificant strikes into harbingers of total depletion? Prepare for a twist that exposes Russia's dwindling arsenal, mocking their nuclear bluster. Zooming in on Ukraine's ultra-drone, that lifeline buzzing with resupply dreams, we're pulled into its intricate world of cargo and cunning. Picture the 10-meter wingspan stretching like a guardian eagle, crafted for hauling up to 150 kilograms over 1,000 kilometers. The metallic sheen of aluminum gleams under sunlight, its twin engines purring with redundancy against failure. Wind racers will soon upgrade it to lug 200 kilograms twice as far, 2,000 kilometers, and arm it with shielded antennas defying Ukraine's jamming haze. Sensory details flood in, the crisp snap of modular cargo floors adjusting for missions, the tactile load of reconnaissance gear dropping precisely. It outshines rivals, offering rapid deployments and drops that keep units fueled and aware. Producing 10 Ultras monthly, and planning to double output soon, it's a logistical marvel. But here's the shocking edge: while Russians scramble with nukes, Ukrainians exploit tech supremacy. Is this the exhaustion tipping point for Russia, bleeding resources they can't sustain? The emotional arc builds tension: can modern wings exhaust an empire? Overwhelming with innovation? Fear the cliffhanger of endless attrition, where every drone delivery starves the beast. What if a simple cargo hauler becomes the silent saboteur of empires, stressing Russia's might to the snapping point? Touch the modular floors shifting under your fingers, hear the Engin's steady drone echoing Ukraine's resolve. Rhetorical wonder grips: how long before nuclear threats ring hollow, drowned by relentless technological tides? This arc twists despair into defiance, Ukraine's Ultra not just resupplying, but rewriting the war's fate. The unseen twist: a drone that whispers victory while giants groan. Can Russia endure this erosion, or will innovation's weight crush their resolve? Imagination reels at the scale, airbases ablaze, ships sinking, but here, salvation spreads wings. In the shadow of Russia's mounting losses, Ukraine's strategic use of modern technology is turning the tide. The recent attack on 2 S-400 launchers and a MiG-31 fighter jet, a key carrier of hypersonic Kinsha missiles, might seem minor to Kremlin propaganda. But beneath the surface, it signals a domino effect that could cripple Russia's military future. As resources dwindle, the balance shifts. Will Putin fight to the bitter end, clinging to his last air defense systems? Or can Ukraine leverage these blows to push for peace? The stakes couldn't be higher. The question is, how long can Russia sustain its fortress when its defenses are crumbling? The coming weeks will reveal if these hits are just the beginning of a collapsing empire or a fleeting advantage.